Hello, I'm Jimmy, a counselor working at I Am Fine Foundation, a rehabilitation center in Pune. I Am Fine Foundation is an organization working in the field of drug addiction, alcoholism, and mental health issues such as schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety, stress, depression, etc. We strive to alleviate and eradicate the pain of people suffering from the above maladies and their families. Today I'll be talking on a very peculiar type of addict, what I like to call the high functioning addict or the hidden addict. Let us first look at what addiction is. Addiction is the compulsive need to indulge in a certain habit. It could be the compulsive use of drugs, alcohol, or even food and beverages. There has been an alarming increase in the types of addiction in the last decade. Top of the list is screen addiction, or the compulsive use of cell phones, laptops, PlayStations, televisions, etc. Now let us look a little more closely at what is the high functioning addict. It is paradoxical because it's totally contradictory with the prototype of addict that we have embedded in our minds. But the high functioning addict is one who indulges in drugs and alcohol, but at the same time as the rest of their life in top order. They have lucrative jobs, which means financial security, and they seem to have the ideal family and social life. They possess everything that a person could desire in their lives. To them, the use of soft drugs, like they like to call it, is no problem to them. They can handle it. On the contrary, they will justify that it is very necessary for them to use this as it helps them to relax and increases their performance at their workplace or even in their academics. You need to remember that alcohol and drugs are toxic substances that interfere with the physical and chemical structure of the brain. They destroy brain cells which are required for the normal functioning of the mind and body. The destruction of these cells begin a downhill slide. In addition, different organs of the body start getting affected and a physical dependence sets in. Once again, people like to say that I am a social drinker. There is no way of us knowing when we cross over that invisible line from social drinking to compulsive drinking. The sad part is they no more have the ability to stop the process. The general signs of addiction are lack of control or inability to stay away from a substance or behavior, decreased socialization, like abandoning commitments or ignoring relationships, keeping a distance from people, isolating ourselves. These are signs. Ignoring risk factors, physical effect like withdrawal symptoms or needing higher dosage for effect. These signs are commonly linked. Initially, a person may be able to identify the negative behavior and get rid of it. But as time goes on, as the addiction sets in, it gets more and more difficult and later on impossible to stop without help. So what should a person do when they have this problem? The first step is to admit. Admit I have a problem. This is very difficult because it means I need to change my behavior. This step requires complete honesty, without which it will be impossible to achieve. Next is realization that we are not in a position to do anything about the problem and need help. This step is a step of acceptance where a person has to humble himself and ask for help. This is the step of open-mindedness where I need to become willing to listen to another person. The third step is the step of action. It's the initial action that will continue on a lifelong process of recovery. This action is reaching out to another person, asking for help. I need to be willing to step down from a high pedestal and say, okay, man, I cannot do this. I need help. I need the help of someone, and reach out to someone. If you know anybody or if you have a problem with addiction, please do not hesitate to contact us. Our number is down here. You can contact us at any time, and we will be ever willing to help you out in whatever capacity we can. Thank you for a patient listening, and stay safe, stay at home. Have a great day.